Money Money. This is an old arcade game. You need to clear one loop. The next one is Hover Bobber for Commodore 64. We need to mow the lawn. Then the third one is Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Crossroads of Time for Genesis. You just have to complete the level. The fourth one is 3D Pocket Pool. The fifth one is Yo Bro, right? It's a Kusogr4nde favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Sixth one is See the Contra Adventure. Then we have Back to the Future, Low G Man, Mission Impossible, all for the NES, and then Wonder Boy for the SG-1000.
Oh, we have Hover Bobber. I think this is one of my... Oh, I love Hover Bobber. I'm sorry. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, Hover Bobber is actually pretty fun.
It's probably my favorite game on the list. Let's just say, I really hope they play it. Oh my gosh. So...
And it's a later level, too. It's a pain.
It's a pain? Wow.
The level they're going to have is kind of a pain. But Dana didn't give us any, powerful or any easy states for Commodore 64.
Wow. Yeah, I understand that Dana is a little evil.
Yes.
Yes, okay. That's good to hear. Could you actually... I'm having a bit of a hard time finding the link specifically for the Gauntlet. Could you send it directly to me just so that I can get it, so I have the file?
Sure can.
Awesome. I appreciate it. It looks like the players are still getting everything ready, by the way, so feel free to kick back, relax, everybody. We are getting ready to go. By the way, I do want to say thank you to everybody who has submitted or who has supported through subscribing and through bits. Mazian, Radama Ford, Billy Coder, PB Doughboy, Amazing Toaster, Hecate Trivia. Thank you all so much. Okay. I think this is gonna work this time. Yeah! Oh my gosh. So, Mike, have you...
Yes?
What have you been playing and really enjoying lately? Doesn't have to be a bad game, I'm just really curious.
I recently played through Disco Elysium.
Oh, I still need to beat that.
It's really good. I would definitely recommend playing the game if you like kind of computer, Western style RPGs. There's no combat in it, but the writing and just the way, what's the best way to say it? The setting and everything is just so well done that it's absolutely worth playing.
I completely agree with you. Yeah, as much as I've played, it's been an absolute blast to go through. I still need to finish, and you lie about no combat. I had combat.
Well, you can get in combat-like situations, but there's no, RPG-style combat, or, it's not a combat-based game.
Yeah, you're completely right about that. But yeah, I punched somebody in the face. That's how I roll.
True, yeah.
But yeah, it's...
Paul, don't tempt Corndan with an old RoboCop gauntlet. He'll do it.
So here's the thing. It's definitely possible. I could dig up 10 RoboCop games.
I'm gonna say that's not even hard. That is something that is within the realm of possibility. So no tempting. Maybe tempt a little bit, Right. I see both players streaming. Let me just make sure that I know where the borders are, especially for
Yep, so
Andy
I'm asking
here.
Andy to get to the RetroArch quick menu. That is the border.
Ah, very nice.
And Pikapals is going to do audio.
Sweet. Make making my life easy, Corndan.
Cool.
Like it. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I'm breaking everything. Help. Okay. There. Less stuff. No! Why?
About Disco Elysium, it is a little on the expensive side, but it is well worth the price.
I would agree with that. Please note, it is not a PG game.
Yeah, it's super not a PG game.
Yeah, it's not recommended if you are upset or offended by swearing, because there is a lot of it.
Yeah, swearing, drugs, alcohol, and
there is kind of
themes, so yeah.
And also, I'd say some of the graphic descriptions of stuff, like I've very rarely felt nauseous like reading through descriptions of something.
Yeah.
But that game did it. Oh boy. Which I think is fantastic writing. I love it. I love.
Yeah, I mean, the writing is great. In fact, I was looking up the main designer for the game, and he's actually apparently a fairly well-known like Estonian writer. So which makes a lot of sense, like why the game is so well written.
Okay, so I believe I have both of the players captured, and things are looking pretty good. I will be checking out the audio on Pikapals' side to make sure everything sounds just as good as it looks. Oh, baby, here we are. Here is the last gauntlet for the tournament. That's right, we are just about done with these. It's kind of a sad day, but at the same time...
there's so much work that goes into these that I'm kind of glad we don't do them all the time.
Yeah, I agree. It would just be absolutely unreasonable to put them all together, but you did such a good amount of work doing this. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much, Corndan.
All of the other game masters put in a lot of stage. This is not a labor of one person. All I did do was curate. Okay, I added some states.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but even the curation is time-consuming, so
very
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, GMs, for all of your help.
But, I mean, to be fair, we have demonstrated that I will put in 20 to 30 hours for a Kusogr4nde game for a single joke.
Yeah, I mean, you did do that. Hey, it turns out that both of the players are ready to get this train wreck rolling, so wish them the best of luck. Go ahead and spam all of your emotes, because these games are going to be brutal to them. Is it easier than the previous gauntlet? Who knows? We may find out soon, though. Spam your emotes! Spam away! Spam them all! And here we go. Both players beginning. It looks like Andy is going with Back to the Future, and Pikapals going with Low G-Man.
I think Back to the Future is probably one of the more completable states here. And that you just have to stop Lorraine's love.
Yeah, but that means you have to go through 4 street stages in order to do that.
You do. I definitely gave them all of the street stages.
It's a little bit lengthy. If you're not too experienced with Back to the Future, you could definitely die a couple times on the streets. You've got to collect clocks in order to keep the picture at showing up at the bottom. You don't want it to fade out of existence. You've got to hopefully avoid getting hit. Yeah?
Andy says he hasn't played any of these games, including Back to the Future, and usually his specialty is NES games.
Oh yeah, and we have NES games here.
We sure do.
That's kind of shocking that he hasn't played Low G-Man. Gonna be honest.
I kind of like Low G-Man.
Same.
But it's dumb.
I kind of don't like Low G-Man at all. It's kind of horrible. First off, it runs at 20 frames per second, which is kind of amazing for an NES game because most of them run at 60. It's kind of impressive in how badly and choppy it runs. And then There's the fact that you have to use your spear upward or downwards to hit stuff, and the fact that the red potions are actually health down potions, and they're sometimes very hard to dodge depending on where you kill the enemy.
You know what? Even with all of that, though, this is a game that I saw and played a little bit as a kid. I enjoyed it personally. It's definitely not a good game, but there are some very enjoyable aspects. As you see, by the way, Pikapals has a really good jump. This jump is based off of collectibles. You can lose the jump, which I think it's really helpful to have the state. That way, Pikapals can keep trying over and over again. So Pikapals has to beat 3-3 and 3-4 in order to beat this state. Andy has to make it all the way to school. Oh, but that's it. Yep. Death. That's not a game over, though.
Yeah, so Back to the Future for sure is one of those games. If you know Back to the Future, this is like a 2-minute state.
See,
and look, I even started them off with a skateboard because I was so nice.
I think honestly, restarting to have the skateboard is probably a good idea. Andy probably could have kept going without restarting, but the skateboard is so much faster.
For sure. Amazing Toaster, you're not wrong. I didn't want to. I forgot to die before I got to the cafe, and so you know what, they have this. But at the same token, right? That's not really gonna matter because they're gonna screw it up anyway.
No, there are a couple games in here that I'm really excited about because I really don't know much about it. First one, Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
It's a really bad platformer.
I've always wanted to have a Star Trek game, though.
Imagine, like, it has the controls of kind of like a typical platformer, but combined with Prince of Persia, and the platforming detection just, like, doesn't work when it comes to grabbing stuff. Where it goes very
random. Baby, I am excited.
It looks really good, and the sound's not bad. Gameplay's not good.
Yeah, in fact, I was really impressed by the water reflection effect in the stage. It's just plays so badly.
Yeah, it's so bad. But yeah, I expect that they'll both complete Back to the Future. It's a time-consuming state. It's not a brutal state.
Andy is through another stage with the skateboard. He's starting to get pretty close to Lorraine.
Yeah, but he also has to do the Power of Love segment, right?
No.
No. We are not going to do the Power of Love segment. We are doing the blocking Lorraine's heart segment.
Oh, okay.
Now, I actually don't think blocking Lorraine's heart is as difficult as the cafe. Other people disagree, though.
I think it depends on what you're like. The problem with Lorraine's hearts is not that it's bad or not, right? I think it's not what you get to. It's a lot easier with the hearts to know where you're supposed to be. It just moves really fast because it's like a steady stream.
Yes.
Right, versus the cafe, like those sprites are 2 tiles high, and so it's very easy sometimes to miss like shooting at a guy.
Oh yeah.
Because you thought they were higher or lower than they actually are. So I can see that, right? Like if you have trouble with the cafe because it's hard to hit a guy, right, then you would say that Lorraine is a lot easier.
Yeah,
if that's not your problem, then you would say that Lorraine is... Or, right, if that is your thing, then Lorraine is definitely easier. If it's not that and it's about the speed everything moves, Lorraine is a lot harder.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It depends on what your struggle is. So, just so you know, Pikapals did make it all the way to the top of the stage, didn't appear to be able to progress, and I believe that means that Pikapals has to go fight the mini-boss that appears in this stage. It's not super obvious, because why would it be? Thank you, video games. But here we go. Here's the mini-boss. Pikapals doing some upward stabs, some shots. Not much health left, but I think 1 or 2 more hits will be enough.
Wow.
There we
but
go.
Doesn't Pikapals have another stage after this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Andy, not clear in Lorraine.
Did not clear.
You're too cute for your home.
Oh, yeah. So he has to go back to
Why would
the...
you pick that game?
It's pretty evil.
It is worth noting that the gun in low G-Man doesn't actually kill anything. It only stuns enemies.
Yeah.
Which can still be useful.
Oh, it can be. It's just kind of annoying that you have to use this.
They
spear
gave him this
to hurt
boss. This boss is so evil. Holy crap. Like, this is a pretty intense Gauntlet state. I'm not lying.
RBW said that he was afraid that this Gauntlet would be too nice. The state would be too nice with just 3-3. And that's why he included 3-4.
I agree with that. Like, I agree having this, but this boss is so hard.
What are you even supposed to hit? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played this game.
Not that guy. I believe you have to hit some of the things that fire projectiles. Yeah, the eyes.
Okay. Does this game have unlimited continues?
I don't remember. I think that it has multiple continues, but not unlimited.
Okay, well, then it's smart of Pikapals to just stick with this state then.
Yes. Okay, Andy, try and Lorraine again.
And it's saying a lot when Andy, you know, someone who's well known to be one of our strongest players, is really struggling with just one state right now in this Gauntlet. Like, that's how mean this Gauntlet is. And NPC says that Mission Impossible is probably his most evil state, and while it doesn't require the mashing of Double Dare, he might be right because that game is just so stupidly hard.
So 50 hearts is all you really need in order to make it out of school.
We didn't tell him what they needed to make it out of school.
He'll make it, though. He's good.
Yes, Andy is good.
There we go. Wow, Andy. What a nice score. He has completed Back to the Future. And there we go. We have a score 1-0. Oh no, Andy.
So this is Adventure Island, but with MSX style scrolling.
Yep. It's actually not that bad, but...
No, it's not. So the thing is, the bad part is not the stage itself. The bad part is the boss.
This is hideous.
Yeah, the stage itself is pretty easy. I was able to get it down in like 2 or 3 tries. But the boss I couldn't really figure out. Because the thing is, yeah, as long as you're just scrolling forward and constantly throwing axes, you'll hit most of the stuff that's in your way. The problem is, if you die, you don't necessarily spawn with axes right next to you, and that's when it gets kind of dicey.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, Pikapals is on Andy's heels.
Very nice. Both players have finished one state. Now it's time to see where Pikapals decides to go.
He's doing the same state.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, as everyone can see, yeah, the original Wonder Boy was Adventure Island.
Well, no, it's the other way around. Adventure Island. The original Adventure Island was Wonder Boy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Apologies. The other Wonder Boy games are known for being early Metroidvania-style games, and are generally pretty well regarded. At least the third and the fourth game are generally known for being like very good kind of Metroidvania.
Oh yeah,
the third one is amazing, and the remake is even more wonderful.
Yeah, the one that Tina ran, I think SGDQ, I want to say.
So Tina has run 2 of them, actually maybe 3. I don't know if Tina's run Monster World 4, but she did Monster World 3, right? The Dragon's Trap.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know she's done that. She's done the remake. It's really good, and I believe she has done or will be doing Monster Boy.
She's done Monster Boy, yes.
Oh, Andy just destroyed the boss, and that should be done. Or is that done, or does he have to complete more than Area 1?
He has to complete Stage 2. Was that just Stage 1?
Yeah.
In that case, he doesn't get it clear yet. Too bad, Andy.
Okay, well. Well, I mean, whoa, there's a reason why Andy's known, for being a great player, and one of them is being better than me at blind running good games.
So. Oh, yeah. That and platformers, he is
yeah, that's
dang
true.
good.
Platformers are a big strength.
And to be honest, if you've played Adventure Island before, you'd know kind of how things go.
Yeah, that's true.
True, and I think he is actually somewhat familiar with Adventure Island.
What a game. Like, the scrolling is what's killing me. Ooh, Andy, game over. Same for Pikapals. Both of them back to the beginning of the state. Like, honestly, not a huge deal. The biggest thing that you want to do is learn how to get through these areas.
Now, I know you are excited for the Deep Space 9 state percentage. Since you've tried them all, Kusogr4nde, is there a state that you're excited for?
So I really want to see, just because the game is so weird. It's Hover Bobber.
Oh yeah, that game.
I'd like to see that too.
Because Hover Bobber is so wonderful, and there's a story kind of behind why Dana wanted Andy to have it. Right. So Hover Bobber is in this gauntlet by request, because apparently there was a while going that every like mystery tournament or something in the finals had a lawn mowing game.
Yep. It's true. They always have a lawnmower game.
And Andy was always in the finals. So now that we're in the gauntlet, we're giving him a lawn mowing game.
I love it. It's hilarious.
Going so hard in the eyes.
If you haven't noticed, he hasn't gone for the lawnmower game quite yet.
It's probably for the best.
It seems fun. But it also seems
like it,
hard.
I like it, but it's an annoying game.
It's difficult to control.
I wasn't able to play these states as much as the other ones. It did help that the other Gauntlet had 3 of my states. So I'm not quite as familiar with this Gauntlet.
The other one I would probably go to is Yo Bro.
Yeah, that one is relatively playable.
Yeah.
It is. Alright, so the problem with what happens is that if you die at the boss, you're ejected to a checkpoint where you don't get the axes back until you reach the boss.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot slower and much more difficult to dodge the enemies on the way to the boss. It's possible. I was able to do it, but it is very slow and you have to be very patient. So I can understand why Pikapals is just loading the states. That being said, Andy's making pretty quick progress through this stage.
Yep.
Oh, baby. Well, yeah, Andy, here's the deal. The platforming in this game is rough just because of the movement, but Andy's doing pretty good.
Ooh, Andy was trying to play it safe there, but just ends up being short in the jump.
Ooh.
And that's the thing about this game. It has a bit of what's called Gradius syndrome, where if you don't die, the game is relatively easy, but if you do die, the game gets a lot harder because you lose your power-ups. In this game, more specifically, you lose your axes, so you can't actually hit anything, so you have to dodge all the enemies. But Andy gets the axes back, and is doing okay. Let's see if Pikapals can beat the boss this time.
Pikapals, you just gotta hit him in the head.
I think he realized that, but it was a little too late.
At least the music for this state's kind of jamming for an old school game.
Yeah, it's very catchy. Now, I'm not super familiar with SG 1000, even though I know it is a Sega system. I think it's the predecessor to the Master System.
Yeah, it's essentially MSX hardware, or very similar.
Oh, that's why the scrolling is very MSX.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you were to load, for instance, if you were going to play this in RetroArch, you have two options for you. You can play this in Genesis Plus, which is what they're doing, or you can play this in Blue MSX. You might even be able to play this in FMSX.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of surprising that you could do that with the Sega emulator, but at the same time, if they're really similar to each other, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that a lot of these obstacles don't kill you in one hit, but they do take off a bit of your timer, which is honestly okay because you do have plenty of time in the stages of this game. And Pikapals has cleared Area 1, but is a bit behind Andy in this one and does need to clear Area 2.
Still, progress is progress, you know?
Yep.
Low G-Man took about, I want to say 8.5
12 minutes. No, it took longer than that.
Maybe 9 minutes. It didn't take much longer than 8.5. I do have a timer up here, and I remember seeing it was around 8.5, 9 minutes.
Oh no, Pikapals!
Okay, that is a little rough because, yeah.
Wow. Oh no, that's game over for Andy. Oh,
one hit kill.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a jerk.
I do think Andy is going to stick with this state because he almost made it through.
I mean, I would if you were
Same.
that close.
Exactly. Okay.
Pikapals is switching over to something else. Uh-oh.
I was
Deep
almost
Space
very
Nine.
excited, but this is a good one too. Oh, Playmates Toys, jeez. Playmates Toys is best known for having the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys and, you know, the cartoon show and everything. Back in the day.
Baby.
So, yeah, you're hurt every time you go through those thorns.
Wow.
And you have, like, these Prince of Persia-style grab mechanics, and what's really weird is that you can walk through some of the water, but you can't walk through it all. And there'll be a bottomless pit there, and it's really hard to tell what's a bottomless pit and what you can walk through when you're in the water.
Yeah, in fact, it's impossible to tell.
Oh, that makes sense that this is Novotrade. That explains why the graphics and sound in this game are incredibly good and everything else is not so good. Because Novotrade, they made Exo Squad, which was earlier in this Kusogr4nde, but they are most famous for making the Echo games.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh, Pikapals has figured out some of the controls here. That's scary. Like, not too scary, just... Like, now that Pikapals knows that there are some funky controls, it's going to be interesting to see what he has to do to explore and learn how to make progress.
And Pikapals found out about the bottomless pit the hard way, and it's pretty much impossible to tell. Like, there's no real visual cue for it. You just kind of have to know where it is. And if you try to jump before it, I'm pretty sure you always fall into the water, even if you try to, like, grab and climb a ledge.
Pikapals just damage boosting.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll work, though.
Well, it helps you see a little bit more of the levels.
That's true.
you know, what you may need to do.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know how you get through areas like this, and it's not like you can burn it off with the phaser or anything.
You might have to dangle from one of the platforms and sort of like carry yourself across, you know, pull yourself across. That's what I would try. Dangle from the platform. Or do that. That works. So, who do you play as in this game? That's
Looks
my
like
question.
Captain Cisco.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, okay.
really know Star Trek, so Liz would be the person to ask.
I have
She
played one
about the state.
episode. I have seen one episode of Deep Space Nine. I guess I should watch more.
I like Deep Space Nine. It's worth watching.
Pikapals quickly jumping out of the water, which is not a bad strategy. Yeah, Pikapals, it's really hard to see under you for some reason. And what's safe to assume is that if you're by a little ledge or platform like that, and it's by water, just assume that the water by that platform is a bottomless pit.
Mm-hmm. I think Andy is almost back to the boss of stage 2 here. If Andy...
Andy did just make it to the boss of stage 2 and died. Well, let's see what happens here.
Oh, Pikapal's learning.
Oh, Andy! That's another death.
Oh no, didn't jump far enough. Okay, Andy has one more chance at this Adventure Island state.
As long as you learn a little bit each attempt, then you know, you're putting it to its best purpose. So
Yeah.
I'm
If
glad
Andy
that Pikapals
fails
has
this
learned.
though, would he want to try this again or go to a different state? Like, it's a good question.
Oh, no!
It's so rough because if he can't kill that boss before it throws the fireball, it's very hard to dodge.
Now,
Yeah.
Cadis has a good point. It's 1-1. We're 24 minutes in. But we kind of have had some brutal gauntlets lately.
Yeah. I will say this, Pikapals is making pretty good progress through this stage. Ooh. Making blind jumps like that is very risky.
Yeah.
Well, I'm worried for Pikapals. Oh no!
Oh my gosh! That is too good.
You know what? They
Pikapals is
deserve
getting
that.
pretty close to the end, though. Although I could be wrong. I did get very far in this state. Yeah, Pikapals is trying to do the whole, you know, just hang from a ledge and just walk forward that way, but the controls in this game, it's weird. Like, the jumping is mostly fine, but like the grab detection is really bad.
Oh yeah, I don't understand it watching this.
No! It just never gets old. Yeah, Cadis, I did check for a crawl, and as far as I know, it doesn't exist.
Okay, Andy through area 1 again. Remember, this is tied 1-1 so far. The goal is to complete as many of the challenges as possible. We have Pikapals, who has completed Low G-Man, and Andy has completed Back to the Future. Honestly, though, I'm trying to think what would be the easiest for the players.
Back to the Future.
Wow, Pikapals is being very precise with the grabs and everything, just really taking his time. It's a smart play. It's just really hard to do in a game with just such bad platforming techniques.
Yeah,
I really can't overstate it.
It's kind of surreal seeing the platforming in this. Like, it's strange. I don't understand.
I'm not sure if Pikapals realize that pretty much any water near land or a ledge is a pit, and the rest of it is generally safe.
I think
It's not always safe, though.
It's not always safe, but it generally is. Oh, and
what
get
the
sniped.
crap?
Yeah, it's so bad. And Wind River Shiva, it's Wonder Boy. It's not Adventure Island, but it's yeah, same thing.
It's Proto Adventure Island, yeah.
Pikapals is getting really good at grabbing these ledges.
Yeah, it's not trivial as far as I can tell.
I honestly had trouble figuring it out from the couple of minutes I played this game, so.
The music for this is pretty rockin' though for a Genesis.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Novo Trade was known for was, taking advantage of the Genesis capabilities, and that includes the sound chips. And, the Genesis has, some incredible, amazing soundtracks and has all of the most ear-bleeding, awful soundtracks. And fortunately, this is on the higher end.
Oh, yeah.
That's because most...
Oh, no!
Wow.
So, Liz, is Pikapals close? Because it feels like he's close, but I have no clue.
Hey, Andy takes the state down. That is Wonder Boy completed. And
Yep, and Andy instantly dies in Mission Impossible. This state is just tons of instant deaths, and he's going to die right now. Because those pits, you have to be far enough down, and there's going to be 3 of them, and he's probably going to die to all 3 of them until he realizes what's going on. Oh, you can dodge them to the left like that, but
you
I
need
feel
to know
like
where
it's
they're at.
better just to stay down.
So when I played this state, I actually played it just like that, the way Andy's doing it now. So I played it that way. You can play it all the way down, but with the preponderance of like instant crap that kills you in that game, I found that I could stay back and deal with it.
I mean, Mazian, every stage of Mission Impossible is so mean, but this is like, the most appropriate Gauntlet one, I guess, except maybe for stage 2. And yeah, this stage is just full instant death gotchas, like those tree stumps.
Right. So my problem was if you sat back and you knew what was coming, right? Like you could worry about all these things that open up and all of that. And then you could try to deal with the tree stumps. Which are a huge pain.
Yeah. But that's the problem when you go back like that.
Oh, I know. Yep.
And also, I have no idea what to do about the helicopter that appears later in this stage.
It's been a while since I played it. I know it can be beaten.
It can be beaten. Okay, that's progress. It's more progress. Is that it? Yeah, that looks like it's it. So Pikapals and Andy are tied.
Now they're both on Mission Impossible.
God. And Pikapals dies in exactly the same way Andy does. It's not shocking because there's just so many cheap gotchas in Mission Impossible.
You know what? And I'm not gonna lie. Mission Impossible is so much better with the sound.
It is because
it's Konami sound for a game that's completely awful.
Oh yeah, it's funny because like, you know, it has the usual Konami production value, so the graphics are very good. The sound, you know, the sound and soundtrack is amazing, and like the game is just trash.
Yes.
I like Bayou Billy more than this game. I don't know. Bayou Billy at least feels like there's some consistency to it. All right, so Andy is, trying to stay ahead of the helicopter. The problem is there's many narrow passageways doing that, and you can take a lot of damage doing that. And I have no idea how to deal with the helicopter.
Yeah, I believe Brocentra has stepped away real quick. I guess you just deal with the helicopter by being all the way down like that and then running into a stump.
Mazian is correct. You will die about 300 times going through the first stage. And it takes so long to figure out because the first thing you'll do in the game is that you'll punch an enemy or hit them, and then you'll go like, oh no, and then a helicopter arrests you.
Yep.
And then after you don't punch enemies there, and by the way, that's the only time in the game, if I remember correctly, that you can't really punch enemies. Then you'll go into the alleyway in the streets, and then a car will run you over because you didn't look both ways.
Well, I mean, that's also like the original Police Quest 1, where if you didn't walk around your car, you failed because one of the tires fails on you.
But if you walk around your car,
then everything's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very Sierra.
It's very procedural, by the book.
You know, I think Andy's reasoning here is that, you know, it's the NES and that's kind of his thing, but I think he's kind of realizing that Mission Impossible is no one's thing.
Oh, Pikapals is doing a really good job, though. Same with Andy. They're both doing a much better job than I could do on this.
That's kind of what I did, is I stayed up really far ahead. The problem is, eventually what happens is that one of those bridges is going to get you unless you have it perfectly memorized, or you just lose too much health.
Yep.
I don't think this is a long stage, but at the same time, you also don't get a lot of health for it.
I mean, I'm hoping that they see some of these other states here too. Right? You know, we have whole games we haven't seen yet.
I really want to see Sea of Contravention. I know it's my state, I'm biased, but it's pretty special.
Sorry for disappearing there for a second. I got Deep Space Nine marked down, and it looks like both of them have finished 2 states, so fantastic.
Yep. And they're making pretty good progress through Mission Impossible.
Andy just chilling on the right, taking the hits from the helicopter. Might as well, you know?
Oh, I feel like that was not too far away from the edge. I remember It's been like 15 years since I played this game, but I remember this stage not being long, just being ludicrously hard.
I've played some of this game.
Yeah, you had to play it for a viewer's choice or a sub game, and I think you played for an hour and you could not get past stage 1, which honestly was the exact same thing happened to me.
I mean, I think I enjoyed playing it. It's just dumb. It's just really dumb.
It is very dumb. Pikapals is doing really well, though. Whoa, that was close. Oh no, Pikapals!
Oh my gosh. So good. Andy also dying. Yeah, both of them, I don't know, they're having pretty good attempts at this. It's just really brutal.
They're making good progress through the stage. I just don't know exactly how far they are. I feel like they're close to the end. Because, as I said before, this is not an incredibly long stage. It's just incredibly hard.
Andy is switching over to...
if you have motion sickness issues, you should not watch this game. It's so ridiculous what they tried to do on the Game Boy Color hardware.
It's kind of impressive, actually.
It is.
I've always...
Also, yeah.
I've always wanted to have this game, though. Like, it's technically amazing, but holy cow, it's also terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Like, once I saw it, I was like, nope, I'm done with this. This is a Banguera special. Banguera also being known for giving out that James Bond state that you love so much from Century.
Oh, I love that one. It's so good.
Oh, Pikapals using pause strats. I like it.
Very nice.
You know, if the game, you should use cheap strats yourself to, you know, be able to get out of whatever cheapness the game's throwing your way.
I actually don't see too many pause strats when it comes to Kusogr4nde. Like, if people use them a little bit more, it would be great. But it also really depends on the game, you know? So Andy, if I'm not mistaken, Andy is the girl, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hit it right into the hole there, Andy.
The previous Gauntlet match featured all different games than what was on here. So
it is worth noting, you mentioned pause strats. I remember Banguera and Kusogr4nde using pausa strats for the Woody Woodpecker game in the skiing stage. It was very effective and helped him clear that stage.
Good old pausa.
Pikapals still struggling with Mission Possible, but I do like his decision to stick with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can say sunken cost fallacy, but I don't think there's much of a fallacy to it because unlike something where you bought, like, you do gain experience going through these stages and memorizing parts of the stage. And it turns out that if you're on the top side of the screen, the helicopter just goes to the bottom area and shoots you from there because what a good video game.
Oh, baby. Oh, Pikapals.
I'm not gonna lie, this pool state seems like it would take a really long time, even if you like are good at this game.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest downside choosing this one. It's going to take a while.
And Banguera says this is absolutely a trap. Yeah, makes sense. Let's see how much time Andy invests in it.
He's restarting.
Really interesting. I was like, oh, smart, switching to a different game, and and here's the thing, even though Pikapals is struggling with this, he is steadily making progress to the helicopter. So if he has one good run... Oh, the tree stump.
Not the tree stump. Let me go ahead and refresh both of the streams so that everything is caught back up and looking great. Andy's stubborn. Come on, sometimes you just want to play pool.
sometimes, though, you need to go mow your lawn.
I agree.
Come on, Andy, the lawn is waiting.
I want to see. And Andy himself said, because he had Dana, because when we had group GMs in Kusogr4nde. Dana was his GM, and he said Dana gave out quote unquote fun games. Oh no! Random snowmobile takes out Pikapals. That's the thing. If it's not the cheap shots that get you, it's all of the other stuff that hits you over and over again.
I think Andy is, he's going to go to Deep Space Nine.
I agree, Rhythm Song. That's why I think Mission Impossible is a good play. Rhythm Song mentioned that it's memorization heavy, and that's exactly what it is. It is super memorization heavy. So if you memorize all the stuff, you can get through this stage okay. But both of these players are blind, so there's a lot to memorize in a short amount of time.
Indeed.
I love that you have a phaser in this stage for Deep Space Nine, and it's useless.
Used 0 times.
Yeah, I switched it because I'm like, that must be better than the punch. And it's like, you just have no use for it in this stage. Oh no!
Oh no, the stump!
Pikapals is getting pretty close.
I mean, then again, in Deep Space Nine, how often do they even use phasers? Like, probably not much. If you're judging by anything past the first Star Trek.
Well, I think that's because they're trying to show that they are peaceful and not jerks like us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are anything but peaceful.
That they can have this fantastic weaponry and then never need to use it.
Since you mentioned the tie is broken by the first one to score 2 points, that would be Andy, although there's still about 17 minutes left to this gauntlet, and I do think at least one more state will be completed.
I think so. Like, Pikapals is really doing a good job learning Mission Impossible. It's a difficult state, but it's not impossible. Andy, also on Deep Space Nine, one of the difficult but not impossible states.
Yeah, the trick is you need to learn that that kind of monkey bars grip, where you walk along, where you move across the platforms like that, and knowing where to take damage and just rush through.
Yep.
It's not a bad one to commit to, even though Pika has spent a lot of time in this. I mean, it's not super long, and it is one of those where, like, it's super memorization heavy, so, like, you will eventually get better at it.
Considering how brutal this gauntlet is, yeah, it's kind of understandable. If something feels like it's working for you and you're learning the patterns here, then good.
And as strong as Andy is, it's worth noting that last year, Veritasu had a very close game with him in a gauntlet, and he only won by breaking the tie with Sword Sedan.
Oh, Sword Sedan. Oh my gosh.
I agree, Cadius, that Andy's probably best call is going to be low G, man. It fits in his playstyle.
I want to see some lawns. I want to mow the lawns.
I kind of want to see money just so people can be subjected to the voices in that game.
Ooh.
Liz will agree with me. I'm certain.
Hey, Andy knows how to monkey bar. Oh no! Pikapals!
Yeah, Pikapals is going for this, like, stay on the top strat. I don't know if it's the best strat, but it seems to do well for him until the final part of the helicopter bit, where you can get trolled by a ramp and fall into a pit afterwards.
Well, yeah, with the bridge disappearing, I think Pikapals may... Nope, Pikapals is sticking with it.
do hope the other unplayed save states are tried, but we are getting into the last quarter of it, so I don't know if we'll be able to see all of them.
Oh, yeah. I still think that, like, Yo Bro is one of the easier ones. At least that's what I'd guess. I've played Yo Bro.
Oh no, Pika made the same mistake as last time, getting on the ramp.
Yo Bro, Money are probably the two of the easier ones.
Andy actually has a lot of health. Doesn't matter if you fall and die in one, like in one of the
Andy has learned the things that he can phaser. That you can phaser
rough.
those nuts.
Oh yeah, the ones that fall and explode.
Yeah.
Look at the water at the bottom though. That's Genesis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so well done.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Like, I remember that was the first thing I saw in this game. I was like, that's really impressive. And I had to play the game. I'm like, this is impressively bad. Andy is making good progress. Slow and steady might win this race for him.
Oh yeah.
I think Andy has gotten a better handle on the mechanics in this game, right, than Pikapals did.
Yeah, Pikapals did finish this state, but Andy is...
He kind of bum rushed it.
Yeah.
Which was a good strat, because he did beat it relatively fast.
True.
And Andy still has a bit of a ways to go in this state.
But with the amount of health that he has, as long as he doesn't fall into one of the death pits, I think he's got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're not trying to argue, Lord Hayati, that the strat was stupid. What we're saying is there's a very different approach being taken that's working out really well for good reason. But you know what? If you can bum rush that and get everything you need,
then sweet, yeah.
Okay, if Andy can make it through here, I think he clears the stage. Because it's really just that platform and then the jump to the door.
Let's see what he does.
I think he made it.
Very nice.
He's got
Andy is through, taking the lead.
Yep. Okay. Oh no, Pikapals doesn't take the correct ramp. You know, I thought the Mission Impossible sticking with it was a good strategy, but it's really burning through a lot of Pikapal's time.
I think so, yeah. Honestly, I'm... like, Pikapals just needs to get a state completed ASAP.
Yeah. And, you know, I was kind of assuming he'd get it done within the past, 10 minutes or so, but he's kind of hit a wall on learning, and I can kind of understand that, because if you get really frustrated with a state or get super fixated on it and really mad at it, which could be happening, it's hard to know, but it's not like he has a webcam.
Oh yeah.
You can just it can make you lose focus and make you play worse.
Now, Andy did choose to go to low G, man. Like you were saying earlier, he's great at Nintendo games. He hasn't played this one, but honestly, I think that he may be able to start understanding the mechanics relatively quickly.
I feel like Pikapals needs to be down towards the bottom at some point to avoid a bridge. Yeah.
that one.
Oh, I think that was actually the very end of the stage, too.
Oh, jeez.
If not, it was very close. It wasn't. Jeez. I forgot how long the stage was.
What? Halfway through? Wow.
The middle? Oh, wow. This is total trap state then.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, I'd have to move on.
Well, we'll see what Pikapals does. Okay, will he get on the ramp this time at least? He does? No, yeah, see, I was right. That was the end of the stage.
And that's it. We're back to tied.
Oh, well, we were saying it was, sunk cost and everything, but it turns out that Pika had the right strategy all along, and it's tied. Are we doing a sudden death for this one?
Once again, not sure if it was brought up.
And Pikapals opting to move on over to Yo Bro, the best in skateboarding Beach Boy video games.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. What about Camp California?
What about Green Dog?
Well, hey, that's not a Beach Boys game, so...
Exactly. That was a surfer apparel game.
Yeah, very different.
Okay. It's been a while since I played Yo Bro, but if I remember correctly, you need to rescue all the people?
Something like that.
Although they can die, and that might be more of a secondary objective, and I think what you really have to do is take care of all the enemies. Oh yeah, oops, sorry kid. Yeah, exactly. You have to destroy all the spawners. Cadus is correct. So...
This music's so good.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that dog is pretty obnoxious and just follows you everywhere.
Oh,
until
yeah.
you beat it. I think you can destroy them if you just hit them enough while they're lying on their stomachs. Again, it's been a very long time since I played this game.
The
I've never
dogs
played
are
it.
so annoying. Well, and you can get soft locked in the... I don't know. This game's amazing.
I mean, you did play this for Kusogr4nde, so...
Oh, yeah. I enjoyed it. It's not a good game, but it was fun.
Oh, yeah. It's super not good, but it is kind of fun. Oh, it's on the hardest difficulty. Yes, this game does have difficulty levels.
King Road Rash. Pikapals switching... Oh, no. Reloading the state. Okay, fair enough.
I don't blame him. He took a lot of damage, and he really wants to kill off that spaceship as soon as possible before it starts spawning a lot of aliens.
You like pain?
Well, apparently Andy does, because he's going back to Mission Impossible.
I'm disappointed that Andy won't try to mow the lawn.
Fun, fun, fun. Now that Andy took the mower away. Oh, no.
I'm sad that we might not see Hover Bobber.
I am definitely sad that we're not going to see Hover Bobber.
Also, Andy's just going through this stage like a madman. He might clear it right now. He just cleared it. No! He just clipped the wall.
He
and...
died right at the end. Oh, my gosh.
Although, if he beats this, that would definitely put him in the lead.
Yep. What a game. I don't know, both these games.
Yeah. I do think Pikapals still has a chance, because this level's fairly big, but I don't think it's very long. but he has to find where the spawners are.
Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job of finding the spawners and killing the aliens. Honestly,
And
he
Andy's
might be
good.
done with spawners. Oh, Andy's good. Andy takes the lead again. Not clearing Yo Bro, clearing Mission Impossible. Very nice. You did an excellent job.
So that skiing stage is actually the second to last stage, and the final stage is even more evil than the skiing stage.
Oh, yeah. Is Andy
So
gonna
what
mow
does
the
Andy
lawn?
Try?
Mow the lawn, Andy! Mow the
Come on,
lawn!
mow the lawn.
I would love to see lawn mowing. I would also love to see Contra, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Andy? What are you doing?
What's going on?
I want a lawn. Oh no. Game over for Pikapals. Oh, Andy tried to load Contra, and apparently it didn't work right. Aha! Yeah, he tried to load Contra, but unfortunately loaded it after he loaded a Sega game. That is not going to work. So
I don't know
closing.
about super trap state, but it's definitely a trap state. It's something that even takes me at least like 6 to 8 minutes to complete. And I know the game. It would probably take them at least 15 minutes to complete. But that being said, I do want to see it. And you're going to see exactly why it's going to take them so long to complete once you see the stage. Because it's kind of deliciously evil. I'm kind of surprised no one went for the arcade games. I guess they feel like it's a weakness of theirs. I remember Pikapals was in Devil Ray's group and made it to the bracket through her group, so... I see Contra. I see a still of Contra.
Heck yeah! As long as Andy can get rolling, we can deal with it. Okay, I'm telling Andy, just play. Don't even worry about capturing. I can go ahead and fix that. But honestly,
Yeah.
we have 20 seconds.
I mean, even on Andy's side for capture, it's...
Yeah, it's not working Andy's side.
Oh,
Like, it's just the still of the Konami logo busting out.
uh-huh. Well, we've got 5 seconds. So I don't think it's gonna matter because guess what? That's time. The match is over. And as it turns out, Andy is the victor, clearing 4 of the states today. That's right, he managed to get through 4 of them, showing us what it takes to be... I don't know, to be... not a lawnmower, apparently. He didn't even mow a lawn. That slacker.
I know.
Seriously, how much were we paying to mow the lawn? Probably not much. Well, that's disappointing. That's okay. You know what? Lawns have been left unmowed. And maybe one day we can come back and mow the lawn ourselves. Andy takes the victory. Pikapals, unfortunately, is eliminated from the tournament, but you know, that's what happens throughout it. We're right at the end. We have to start getting down to the final few people. So I'm letting them know they can come and join voice if they would like to come and complain about the games. Hello there, Andy, and it looks like Pikapals here too.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, hey. Andy managed to complete 4 of the challenges. Pikapals, you got through 3. Honestly, it was pretty dang close through a lot of it, and if you would have gotten through Yo Bro, Pikapals, you know, we would be going probably overtime for that. So, like, great job, both of you.
If only. If only you could actually hit aliens with anything.
Yeah, that game's a little
Yeah.
rough.
Yo, bro, definitely has aiming problems.
I mean, a lot of these games have problems.
It's just which problems can you deal with. So, yeah, I was gonna say, both of you managed to get through Deep Space Nine. It looks like, Andy, you got through Back to the Future, Mission Impossible you both did, and you also got through the, old school... Oh, Monster Boy, was it?
Wonder Boy.
Wonder
Yeah.
Boy.
I know about Adventure Island, and I played through Adventure Island, so I figured, you know, this is probably a game I could probably do.
Yeah, well, I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
Then, I didn't know what to do at the start of stage 2.
Apparently if you hold the attack button, you can jump higher.
Hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's also your run button.
It's also your run button, just like in Adventure Island for the NES. Your run button is your attack button, and also your jump higher button.
Okay.
Of course,
forgot how to
I didn't
play
actually
Adventure Island.
I didn't realize that until I got to level 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the most trivial one. You know, all of us were hoping you were gonna mow the lawn, Andy.
I mean, when I tested it, it was like Pikapal said, it took a minute to get to the gameplay.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, once you get into the Commodore 64 screen, you can just hit the save state. It runs perfectly fine.
I do press the save,
Yeah,
and there's like
but-
an opening for the scene, and
there's
it
the
takes like
opening
30
cutscene,
seconds.
and it
Yeah,
takes
There's
a whole-
actually an opening for when you take the mower.
Yeah.
And
And
that takes forever.
when I set the controls, I got to control the game for 3 seconds, then got the lawnmower stolen from me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, hey, same. And I was like,
Good
oh,
stuff.
guess I'm not doing this one.
Okay.
So that's some bad save stating, bro. Come on, you gotta give us
Wow.
some good save states.
Okay.
So I actually have another question. Why didn't you go for the Money arcade game state?
Neither of you did.
I just didn't have enough time.
I don't know. That one seemed like it would be potentially rough.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how long a loop is, so
yeah, exactly. It was kind of vague.
Yeah, the vagueness is probably what scared you. Honestly, out of the rest of the games, that might have been one of the easiest ones.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was probably one of the easier ones.
I'm glad that you did low G, man, Pikapals, because that boss is kind of a nightmare, but you still plowed through it. Like, that was pretty impressive.
I was so scared I was going to die and have to restart after getting to 3-4.
Yeah. But yeah, you
Like,
got
I wasn't
through
even
it. I'm
sure I
glad
was
you
doing
did.
damage.
Yeah. Games have problems sometimes, but I don't know.
little
This was a really entertaining Gauntlet. I kind of want to go back and play several of these games. I'm not sure about the 3D pool.
I choose Wonder Boy. That game's cool. Yeah, what the heck
I
was
like
the 3D,
Logi,
the 3D
man,
pool, man?
honestly.
I could understand everything about it, but it takes so long to do anything, and for the opponent to do anything, it's like, please play the game so I can play the game.
We
The
were
whole
honestly
question-
surprised you stuck with it for so long.
I honestly same.
You're surprised.
It was
you
actually
stuck.
on my list of games to get to eventually, but I don't know how to play pool well enough to.
You hit
just
the
trying
ball,
to
it
play
goes in
pool.
the hole, you win.
Yeah,
It's-
I knew the rules of pool, and I was like, oh man, this guy's taking like 30 seconds to take a shot.
see, you could have
Oh.
watched like a full lawnmower cutscene in that time.
But that's against the rules to do multi-gaming, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. We didn't write them. So,
Multi
yes.
boxing sounds illegal.
I'm going to go ahead and give home rules here. Yeah, no multi-gaming. Bad Andy.
I didn't say I was going to do it. I was saying it was a bad idea.
You're
It
the
was
one
probably-
bringing it up.
Well, he was when I brought up the lawnmower cutscene.
Oh, okay. Well, no, seriously, like, Pikapals, you made it so far. I'm sad that you're out, but at the same time, you did such a good job. Be sure to hit me up for prizes later so that I can get you Steam games, as well as Neil Breen's Twisted Pair. I finally saw that movie. It makes no sense. And if you like bad movies, you're gonna love it because, oh, it's bad.
You say that as if you were expecting a Neil Breen movie to make sense.
I mean,
Well-
some of his movies kind of make sense. This is not one of them. Like, it's down there probably either the second or the most unintelligible movie that he's made. Like, it's impressive. I do need to ask, though, Pikapals, we need some final words for your tombstone. Do you have any final words?
Mow more lawns.
Mow more lawns. Yeah.
Clearly, mowing lawns was the key to victory this time.
Yeah, mowing,
Always.
it's always the key to victory, you know? I mean, that's not true, but whatever, who cares?
It's practically always true.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, fantastic job. I think we need to go raid somebody, and I don't know what raid message we need, though. I've got some more grading to do, because guess what? That's like my life right now. Wait, Garb is running Bubsy 2 on GDQ's channel? Let's go bother GDQ. Mow more lawns. That sounds like a good raid message. Let's go. Oh, Garb just finished the run, so yeah, go celebrate the run, and I will see you all hopefully later this week, taking a break from grading. See ya, have fun. Wait, did they just go offline?
Yes.
Did you raid nobody? Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't
Bro.
raid yet.
Good
I didn't
job
raid.
raiding,
I didn't
but
raid.
they-
Bro,
Cancel.
come on,
Canceling the raid.
dude.
We're going somewhere else. You know what?
Come on, dude.
Whatever. Let's raid PJ.
I mean, there's Retro Gaming Live TV with a Point Out Classic.
With what?
It's like an arcade marathon.
Oh, I like coins. Yeah, let's go raid them. Okay. Bam. And we are using the phrase mow more lawns. So go. Tell them to mow lawns. I'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.